Hey, what's up? So here's the secret of longevity of products on Amazon. So if you want to list your product on Amazon and have a product that produces you money and sales for the long term on Amazon, here are some tips from my experience that were useful for me and for my products on Amazon to keep them working since 2017. There's some products on Amazon that I have, mainly in the barbecue niche, that are still functioning since 2017. It means they're still bringing in sales and money. So here are a few tips for the longevity of the products. By the way, my name is Vova. Good to meet you. I'm a seller on Amazon. Been selling there since 2016. So some of the products I have are still producing income in 2025. Okay. And I think this technique or these techniques are going to be useful for any seller because you can create a stable source of income from such products and such techniques. Okay. So let me share them with you. Now, the thing is about Amazon, or generally a product that sells for a long time, is first it has to be a niche that is growing, or at least a stable niche from long time ago to date, and hopefully with yearly growth, at least some yearly growth, or maybe some stagnant years, but general trend up. Okay. Because in these niches, if you do have a product on Amazon, not only on Amazon, generally in any other marketplace that you're selling on, the interest in this product will hopefully, we don't know the future, but it hopefully will continue based on previous history and data. So how do you check that? How do you do that kind of checking? So you go to Google Trends. It's a free resource and still very good. So in Google Trends, you can see interest in specific keywords on Google. Now, again, Google is not Amazon and not other search engine that you're using. It's only Google. However, that's pretty good information for you to understand if a tool is good for long term or not. So in Google Trends, what you would do, you would input, okay, historical data from 2004 until today. You have that in the filters. It's really easy. You have, if you want, Google Trends in the description of the video. Take the longest history. Okay, that is one of the approaches. You take the longest history. You type in the keyword. For example, type in even barbecue or BBQ or grilling. You'll see an interesting kind of data. Okay, usually, if data is still there from 2004 till today, you'll see a graph from that time. Okay, not all the niches, not all the keywords will have that. And the idea, again, is to find a niche that does not die, obviously, a niche that doesn't go down, and rather a niche that goes up for many, many years. I can tell you exactly how many years, but some of niches have like pretty good or stable kind of interest from 2004, which is the maximum Google can offer, till today. Now, of course, you can also use range like 90 days or a year or 5 years, which is still good. And some niches, again, there might be a new niche, a new interest in a new keyword, which eventually is a niche in real product, right? It's a physical product that might be then sold to people who have interest in barbecue, for example, right? If you see that generally the barbecue niche is growing, it's a good sign for, again, having this product on Amazon specifically we're speaking, but not only that kind of has a potential to stay in sales for a long time. Now, of course, niches change and products change, but again, you can type in the name of your product or the industry itself into Google Trends, and then you'll see exactly what it says. Like, is this niche dying or is it going up? Hopefully it's stable and growing. So it's stable and going up. This would be a good sign. And at least if it's like not dying over the years, it's also a good sign that in the future, there will still be interest in that product. And of course, there's been history of interest, but also, again, we don't know the future, but based on growing and stable kind of interest, you may just, again, find a niche that hopefully in the future will also experience this growth or at least this stability in a way. We don't know, but it's a good sign if it already has such a history, right? Well, this would be my first tip. Now, that means if you list a product on Amazon and develop it in a specific niche that has interest for a long time, that means hopefully if you do good work with putting your product on Amazon, getting good images for it, And also, which kind of comes into tip number 1 or tip number 2, sort of, it would really help if you avoid the potential problems that the specific product that you want to launch might have. So what does it mean? For example, if you go on Amazon and you get into the reviews of specific products, even in a growing niche, right? Let's say you find such a growing niche. And of course, you can also use tools for history on Amazon itself. In the description, I'll list out a few that show you the history of sales and kind of review generation of a product on Amazon. Okay, so you have such tools. There's Helium 10, Jungle Scout. What else can show you this information? ZonGuru. I'll list one link in the description, which houses all those types of software on my blog at vovaevan.com. And there you'll see different types of software. You'll see exactly what the software can help you with. And you will also have different blog posts, which in those blog posts, you have videos that show you how to use those tools and software listed. Okay. And why would you need those things? Well, again, the second tip is looking at the things that potentially might come up, some problems, and solve them in advance. So this is in the kind of product development stage. A good idea would be to go to reviews of hopefully all the products, if you can, in your niche, or at least the top sellers that have been selling for years. That's important because you can see the reviews of these tools and you'll see exactly what's wrong with this product and also what's good, what people are liking and what people are disliking. So, and I'll tell you why, because if you do have a product that's not answering those problems, okay, that you in advance know, then you just still get the same reviews for the same problems, right? So why would you do that? Why would you provide bad customer experience to your customers? If you do provide bad customer experience, then most likely they might return the product, get a refund, and also you might get a bad review. And while bad review does not immediately or not directly impact your sales, actually it immediately can impact your sales. If you get a negative review once you're just starting, then most likely this will hurt the performance of your product on Amazon or any other marketplace if it's like it has a review system built in. So what you can do, you can go and scan your niche, okay, find all the top sellers, the niche you're looking at, find all the top sellers, find sellers with a long history of sales and see if they get negative reviews and what's written there. You can use tools such as again, these tools that I mentioned, Helium 10, Jungle Scout, ZonGuru, I cannot recall right now, but definitely Helium 10 has such a thing called Review Insights within its extension. And this tool can help you quickly kind of get the data for all the reviews on a given product. Okay. So then you can scan again, at least start from top 10 of the sellers that have been selling for a long time. How would you know that? Well, in the description of a listing on Amazon, you have like when it was launched on Amazon, sort of the date. And plus you can see that through the extension of Helium 10 or Jungle Scout, etc. ZonGuru, the sales history of this product and the reviews also. So again, the second tip kind of is to then, once you get those reviews and see what's wrong, improve that in your own product. Try to avoid everything that might potentially cause negative reviews or generally bad customer experience. Imagine yourself as a buyer. Maybe you've experienced that. You buy some tool and it's like, the packaging just doesn't make sense. Maybe it's kind of not well packaged. Maybe, it arrived not a good condition. Maybe it just broke while using. Okay. This needs to be addressed in your product. So that means if packaging sucks for whatever this packaging is in that niche, then, and you see that through the reviews, then you have to fix it somehow. So what you can also do, kind of continue tip number 2, you can order the products of your competition. Again, those that have long sales history, that are doing well, that their review rating is good, is growing, and it stays good with the years. Now, not only the good ones, you can take also the, people who are still getting good sales in the niche or somewhat good sales that are active in this niche. And then you buy their products. Maybe you can invest in 5. It depends on you on how deep you want to go. Like if you, in a perfect scenario, you check out every single competing product, make the notes from each one, and then based on this analytics, you will launch, okay? You will improve your product at least. But most likely, you're not going to buy like hundreds of products on Amazon and similar products on Walmart unless you have a lot of money, and this would make sense, I think. But usually new sellers, maybe, you want to invest a few $100s in buying, or depends on the price of the product, the top, say, 5 products, top 5 sellers that are getting sales for a long time. Again, you can see that with extensions of different tools. Again, all the links to, there's a link to the page on my blog that houses different types of software, the best discounts, with the blog posts that show you how to use them. So with this software and with these tutorials, you'll be able to use the software well in order to do that analytical session to then hopefully launch a good product on Amazon or any other marketplace. So yeah, you can buy the competition, buy 5 competing products, see how they arrive. Maybe if in the reviews the packaging is mentioned that it's not good, then you can write it down as a note, like, okay, I can improve the packaging. Look, also I'll mention, because this is kind of AI era in a way, a lot of people use AI, and you can download these reviews, you can put them into the AI, into, let's say, ChatGPT or whatever you're using, and ask the AI to analyze those reviews and give improvements. So the AI will do a lot of work for you, because you can tell it, like, here is a PDF maybe, or whatever the file will be with the reviews. Maybe it will be a Google Doc, like an Excel file. You put that Excel file into ChatGPT and you explain, this is this type of product on Amazon. It has the negative reviews, the positive reviews. And could you please outline all the negative things said about this given product in this file, and give me recommendations on how to improve them, and how can I do that in a real way, sort of tangible, real results for this product. Okay, something like that. Now, if you want to find what they call prompts, prompt is like a command maybe for the AI to generate some result. So you can learn from AI experts. You can do some Google, YouTube on how to write a prompt. You can ask the artificial intellect itself, like, can you write me a good prompt for maybe for review analysis of a product on Amazon? So this product, when I improve it, is gonna hold long-term good rating on Amazon. Okay, just something along these lines. And then the tool itself will give you what to write to the tool itself, and then you kind of communicate with the tool with the AI, artificial intelligence, to get the best result. So the best result, that would mean like proper instructions for you for what's wrong with the product, how to fix it. Of course, you can do it yourself. Just read through the reviews, and take time to kind of with these samples to test them out, to check them out, test the product in action, whatever is the thing that the product is doing. Try to do it, and try to do it a bit more forcefully. Maybe again, if it's a grill brush for cleaning the grill, then try to be careful, of course. Yes, your health is important. That makes sense, right? But use the tool in action, and even apply a bit more pressure, or if it's like a switch or something, then tick, 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 play with it. This will help you see, like, if the product is really breaking, and test out the product on the same things that were mentioned in the reviews. So if all of these tools mentioned, like the handle is breaking easily, then see if it actually does. And then once you're developing the product, then you can address those things with your factory and come up with ideas of how to actually strengthen this handle, for example, that breaks. Maybe the handle is, it's a handle that has 2 pieces to it. So there's a little connector, and then you see that the connector area always breaks easily. And then what you could do is you can see if it would make sense to create a single handle maybe. Okay. Now, this kind of goes more into product development, but maybe the handle of a long product might be kind of, you could screw it off. I'm not sure what the word is, but you can kind of take it off by spinning it, and then it will take less space. Okay. So this is also an option sometimes, because you want to save on packaging. This one is not connected to longevity of a product on Amazon, although it actually is, because I'll tell you why. If you save on the fees of the product on Amazon, on the size of it, so you can come up with a better packaging, with a smaller packaging essentially, so you can save on shipping, you can save on Amazon fees. And fees go up almost, I've been on this platform since like 2016, and it seems like almost every year or every now and then fees go up. And this makes sense because they're growing, they need more money, inflation. I'm, not an economist, but people raise prices. Prices really raise and also for specific things on Amazon that you pay for. I mean, the 15% commission usually in most categories on the sale on Amazon, this kind of stayed the same, although maybe it did change with the years. Amazon has been long before that, before I started 2016. So it was in since early 2000s you can sell on Amazon, late 90s. I cannot tell you exactly. Hopefully, if I were to be there, I would maybe start earlier. But so yeah, what I want to say is it goes to kind of packaging size development, because it can also save you fees in the long term on Amazon. So like first you try to hit the best dimensions for your product for a specific category, like initially. So you try to make the packing of the product as small in a way as possible to avoid getting into a bigger dimension tier on Amazon. If you do, then you pay more money. So sometimes you can do that in the development stage. This is not written in the reviews, but it's up to you to know the FBA fees. FBA is fulfilled by Amazon. If you're using the services of Amazon, they usually will charge you based on kind of the size of the product, based on the sale as well. So usually it's 15% of the sale. Let's say you sold something for about $100 on Amazon. Amazon will take like 15%, so $15. But also it depends on the FBA tier. So again, let's say this is not from the right numbers on Amazon right now. I'm just kind of imagining those numbers in a way. So let's say Amazon says that you pay $5 for each sale of product for FBA fees or pick and pack fees, depends on how usually it's FBA fees, fulfilled by Amazon fees. Again, these fees are the money that you pay on each sale on Amazon for Amazon handling your product, like receiving it, shipping it to the customer. So there's percentage of the sale and also this FBA fee. So let's say FBA fee of $5 applies to a product that's 30 centimeters x 10 x 5. Okay, that's the size of the product. If it's 28 centimeters, if it's like 29.5, a little below 30, then you pay not $5 per sale, but $3. So you save $2 on each sale. So this you have to also take into consideration when you're checking the sizes of the products of your competition and kind of see them against the FBA fees. In some niches, you can make the product smaller or more thin, and then you'll get into better category of fees. So you'll save money with each sale. That's also something not connected to reviews, but kind of the tip number 2 went further into this tip of also thinking of your packaging. So first one we had was, just to remind you, first one we had is sales history, kind of, or not so sales history, more so longevity of a niche. Again, we check that through Google Trends, or we can use tools like Helium, Jungle Scout, ZonGuru, and different ones that have like Chrome extensions that you install in your Chrome browser, and then you can see like a history of sales on Amazon. So again, Google Trends has a lot more history since 2004 usually, but it's not Amazon. But still, it's a good idea for searching for keywords and see if there's growth or not, stability or not, if it's a niche that's going down based on the keyword, right? So that's tip number 1. Like longevity of a niche should be something that grows. So there are niches that are dying or niches that quickly have died. And this is not so good if you're trying to build a stable business and products that bring you money for many years ahead. This helps. So second, the tip was the reviews. So you have to go into such a tool that like all of them have like products. They all have reviews on Amazon, but hopefully once you do those tests and checks for reviews that we've mentioned, so we go and try to fix the product based on negative feedback or improve what's already good. And generally, we try to improve the customer experience, which kind of will go now to tip number 3 in a way is, customer experience post-purchase. Okay, so what does it mean? So even if we, from tip number 2, we improve the product and we have fixed it in a way that customers enjoy, maybe we found a better packaging for the tool that doesn't break, that comes in good condition, that doesn't bend. So we improved all that. And this is good. This is very crucial tip number 2, because then the chance of getting negative reviews is basically lower, because again, you have improved what people are kind of complaining about. So they won't complain about it, hopefully, right? So this is tip number 2. Make sure that you invest time into developing a product that improves on what's not good, that enhances what's good. And this will help you get more positive reviews and less negative reviews. Hence, your product will live longer on Amazon. So even if you have a growing niche, but your product gets tanked by reviews, by bad reviews, it will impact your sales. So you have to do your best to keep yourself on high rating for as long as possible. So this kind of glides into number 3, as I mentioned before, customer experience plus purchase. So look, if you have good customer experience plus purchase on Amazon or other marketplaces, this can help you create repeat buyers if they really enjoyed like your product, but also there was a bit more within the product that made them more happy, more satisfied with their purchase. Then maybe these people will help you get more positive reviews for your product. And more positive reviews mean, well, usually better conversion rate because people read these reviews. And if they see a really good, excited review, true review of a truly happy customer, then they might buy because they've seen like someone else, a stranger on the internet, super happy about a product. So then how to do that? How to create such experience? Well, first we did that sort of in stage number 2 by at least developing a product that does what, or you as the writer of the listing, does what you have promised, and maybe even improve the results. Okay, so let's say if it's a tool for grilling, right? Let's say it's I'll use example of a tool that I'm very familiar with, a grill cleaner, grill brush. So if you have truly solved the problem of dirty grill for someone, and you made such a brush that saves time with this process, does really good job at cleaning, and doesn't break, and stays for a long time as a useful tool, keeps cleaning the grill very well, then you've done a nice job. You've solved the problem. The problem of the person was like dirty grill. So they needed to clean it, and now they got a brush that cleans very well and does it in a safe way. And you did all you could to improve those, again, maybe things that were complaining about, that people were complaining about in the reviews. So yeah, again, just at least do that. That'll be good as well. Like it would be good enough in a way to at least, well, provide people with good experience. But again, post-purchase, you can add something on top of even that basic solved need that was fully solved. I hope it was clear. So what you can do, what can be such a thing? What can be as good as purchase follow-up or some experience? Look, even a basic card, even basic insert card put in the packaging of the product with some nice messaging or a good quote that will uplift the spirit of the person reading it, somehow connected to your niche, is already a little small thing that improves the experience. I mean, maybe you've gotten sometimes products that come with just a box and just instructions. And yeah, that's nice. Maybe these people are doing very well on Amazon and different marketplaces. Yeah, I mean, instructions for sure. Like if your product demands instructions, then you add them as an insert card, as a packaging insert. These can be usually gotten from your factory, the factory that produces your product. Maybe they can outsource it to the factory. Maybe they have such equipment for creating little inserts. So even a basic something written, I mean, of course, instructions, but also something basic as where this tool can be used, for example, some additional information that will enhance the experience of the buyer. So let's say if it's a fishing rod and you're mainly selling in the States, for example, you can have the best fishing spots in the United States for those people. Okay, it can be a physical product, physical book, like physical little insert, or insert that has a few layers, and so like little, not a brochure, but like a little book, we can say. Okay, like a little book that has extra cool info related to this type of audience that they might find useful. That's the idea. Not just any kind of book. You can, if it's like again a grill cleaning product, maybe it can be, of course, instructions on how to clean the grill, but also maybe instructions how to preserve the life of the grill. Okay, so any extra value you can provide to the customer through the packaging, even a funny packaging, when they open it, there might be some little quote written on it. This will help you with post-purchase experience, and you can go and take it further. You can take a product again, and let's say a grill brush or again a fishing rod we mentioned, and go to again some sort of artificial intelligence and tell it, look, I am developing a product and what would be a great post-purchase experience that will help my buyers rave about me online. That means tell their friends, or offline and online, and maybe the will of reviewing this product will go up. What could be such a post-purchase follow-up? Give me 5 examples. And the AI will create really interesting ideas for you. I've shared a few, yes, but it's infinite in a way. What cool additions you can do to your product so it will make people happy to share with others the existence of this product. And then also, basically, if they go to review your product, you'll get good reviews. To this, I will also add fast response times. So on Amazon, you have like buyer-seller messages. Ideally straight away. If a question comes, it's answered and in a polite way. And eventually you just help and solve the problem of the person and what they need. You try your best to solve it. And you respond fast on any platform, not just Amazon. But we're talking about Amazon today. And this will be another good addition to post-purchase follow-up. You quickly get your answers to the clients. Another thing I would say is sometimes, because you might be like, why would they message us, right, as sellers? Well, sometimes just maybe they didn't understand anything or need some help with using the product. Maybe they're dissatisfied. And here's the interesting thing. If they're dissatisfied and they're asking for a replacement, what usually we do, because we are happy to replace at any time. But again, it depends on the nature of your product. If you have a lot of refunds and returns as the nature of your product, maybe you clothes. I never sold clothes, but I've heard. But let's say you haven't, so many returns on some specific thing that if you would return it to each customer, it wouldn't make sense. Then probably this wouldn't make sense, right? So what I'm trying to say is if you can allow yourself to do replacements and returns, replacements in a way, then do them. That means sometimes people will complain on the quality of your product or anything like that. I try to see if I can somehow help that person. So maybe again, if a tool broke, then I would just say, cool, could you show a picture of the tool? Within the Amazon system, they can send a picture. So then if you see the tool is broken and you see that, maybe the purchase of the product was, even if it was yesterday, and they have received the tool, you can see that on Amazon. If by going through the order number, you'll see if the product was if the purchase was complete and delivered, sort of. So then you can inspect the image that they've sent you, because you've asked them to send an image of the product that was broken, let's say. And then once you get that image, you will see that it's actually broken and they're not lying to you or something, because sometimes, unfortunately, people can, try to get free items from sellers or whatnot by, weird ways of doing that. But if you actually get a picture of a broken product, you see that it's your product, and, mostly people are genuine. Yes, just sometimes it might happen that they're not. So you just ask for a picture, right? Check it out. If it's good, then what you do is you send them a replacement through Amazon. Or again, if you're selling on any other platform, then you can do that as well. Give a new product to the buyer, basically replace their product. Now, it depends. Sometimes it depends on the nature of a product. Sometimes they have to return the original one. It depends on maybe if it's some sort of electricity and you can fix it somewhere where you're fixing it. Maybe you have a warehouse that takes care of it. You can ask them to, basically they can do a return of the product of the buyer, let's say on your, whatever your business model is, you might ask for them to return the product. It depends. Again, sometimes for us, we just send new replacements on Amazon. If there's a problem, then, and usually it depends on the nature of the product. If it's a grill cleaning product, then most likely you won't sell it reused, used product that clean, they grill multiple times, let's say, you wouldn't want to resell it. Maybe you can clean it or something, but we just take the damage in money and just, we don't really do that. So 3 tips, again, those were, first one is the longevity of a niche on Amazon or on the internet. Second one is improving upon the bad reviews and good reviews of your product, of the competition's product, and creating a tool that's better, that won't potentially have those negative reviews. If you can avoid, and hopefully have more of the raving ones. So I don't know if it's a knife, then make sure it's very cut and very sharp, and you maybe check each knife in your quality inspection for sharpness, all right? So it has to cut at least something, right? So this is like good quality and all that. Inspections are another thing. You can also inspect your products. That's another tip again that goes to that. For inspections, you can work with Unreal China. I'll have in the description their contacts. It's a company for logistics, and they can do inspections for you in China, for example. Very nice inspections, very detailed. There's going to be a coupon code as well in the description for working with them. Vova Evan, VOVAEVEN. We'll give you some discounts. I'll list it all in the description. So again, yeah, you can create a product based on the second tip, based on all the negative feedback, good feedback. You just create a better version that hopefully won't get those negative reviews and more of the positives, okay? And then again, we spoke about packaging, how to improve the packaging for FBA sizes. So longevity of your product on Amazon will live longer with even changing maybe size tiers on Amazon or whatnot. You have to come in initially with your first product, or if it's not your first, hopefully with these kind of tips, so it can serve you for a longer time. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's kind of second tip. And third tip I have for you is, and I mentioned it just now, we can say it's post-purchase follow-up. So after the purchase of the customer, you can just give them a better experience of what they might expect, like over-deliver in a sense. So I just give them some cool experience. Another option is, it's depends on which marketplace you're on. You might in different ways collect some details of the customer. So again, this kind of can go into gray zone. So you make sure you check it with someone who's experienced in Amazon terms of service. Okay, you can, for example, talk to David Miller. We have a lot of videos with him and his company. He's a lawyer for Amazon sellers. I'll link a playlist with David in the description. Reach out to their company and ask what exactly will happen if I do this and that in customer collection. So for example, customer data collection. So for example, let's say you give a warranty for your product, and in order to get the warranty, a person has to sort of sign up for your email list, and then email gets to them. They get a confirmation of their warranty, and you basically have their email. Now, again, you should check with Amazon or any other marketplace you're selling on, and of course, maybe a lawyer, like you can use David Miller, can talk to them and have free consultation as well. So yeah, ask them exactly what you want to do. Let's say you're saying, yeah, I want to place this and that on my insert card, and what does it mean? Will that be within terms of service? And David Miller and his company, they offer free consultation, and check it out. Yeah, I don't have any affiliation with David. We're just good friends, and we've been recording videos, I think 50 plus. I'm just happy to help him, spread his knowledge and grow his brand. So yeah, you can just talk to the guys and they'll give you a free consultation. Link in the description to the playlist with David with over 50 videos, and also the website of David as well my own website, vovaevan.com. You're always welcome, and I really appreciate. We have about 1,000 visitors a month, so that's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing my blog if you are and reading it. Yeah, enjoy. If you have any questions, you can of course comment and ask. So yeah, post-purchase experience is the third tip. If you did get the email of the customer, whatever, maybe you're not on Amazon, whatever platform, maybe Shopify, then make sure you have good post-purchase follow-up in the emails. So if tool needs instructions, then one email explains how to use the tool, like instructions, maybe videos that you have of how to use the tool. Your goal is to provide, in a way, the best experience you have for your niche, for your product, for a customer, that they want to say to others, look, this product is good. It did solve my problem. And also, I just really enjoyed opening it. Maybe it was a funny, nice quote on it and I liked it. So I now want to share with my friend that, this and that company first have really good product that delivered on the promise. But also they did send me like maybe 5 useful emails that contained all the information about product, how to use it, what to avoid, common mistakes. Maybe they gave me some information of where I can use the product, or maybe it gave me more kind of experience and value in informational kind of aspects. So maybe they were referred to a blog of yours where you share tips on how to fish. And there's a lot of nice kind of articles. So this will make people more thankful in a way for your product, but also again, it will just give them a good experience. Give people a good experience with whatever you're creating. Keep them in mind as real people that will use your product. And I think this will help you in whatever product you're creating, a physical product or a digital product. What other products are there? So yeah, I mean, these 3 tips, there's of course more of them. Actually, we can speak about that I don't know how long, but these 3 are the basics. And again, the idea of someone finding value in whatever you're creating and sharing whatever you've created with others, not refunding as much as possible, so churning less in a way, that should be all thought of before you even create the product. If you do take that in mind and you create a product based on these things, I believe, and on experience in digital products, I have this blog and YouTube since 2018, the brand on Amazon since 2016. This mindset helps stay long term. And why it's good for you. And well, I think generally in an energetic kind of level, you promise something, people give you money for that. Okay, so you promise on Amazon that for $25, let's say, a person will get a good grill cleaning tool for their grill. They are in a need and want of cleaning their grill. They get it. They're able to do what was promised. So it makes sense in their mind that they paid some money for your tool and they've received something. So energetically, like the money, energy went smoothly. Okay, this is a way that I think that makes sense to look at it, because people have worked very hard for their money. And well, not necessarily, maybe not, but most likely they have invested some sort of effort to get the money. Maybe very hard, maybe not so hard, but still. And now they want to exchange it for a product of yours. And if the exchange is well and the price then is justified in a way, because good experience, good tool that provides good work, then the person is feeling well. And the money that they've spent makes sense to them. Whenever that breaks, that cycle energetically sort of breaks. So again, like a promise made and someone believed your claim or your product or your claim on your product, and the cycle went well, so they're happy and they feel like the promise was worked upon. Like they promised me a good grill cleaning product, I got it, and even more so, I've got more tools on how to use it, got a warranty, I've got instructions, I've got interesting things to read about my hobby. Let's say if it's barbecue, nice. Then maybe they will share. But also something to add on top on that, you have to ask for people to share. So maybe I'll ask from you to share my YouTube channel with someone. Maybe share this video. Then if you do, which I would appreciate if you do, and since you're 41 minutes or so in, thank you for that, by the way. There's a chance that maybe this video gave you some good things, I hope, some valuable knowledge, something that you have now invested your time in. We didn't have money transaction yet, or maybe we did in some sort of endeavor or other, but now it's your time. If your time until now is invested well in a way, I hope so, then maybe if I ask you for something like share, you will share maybe, and thank you if you do, because I've given you something of value that you wanted. You wanted maybe some ideas on how to get longevity of a product on Amazon. Now you've gotten them. Hopefully they made sense. Maybe it was something you already knew. Then thank you for being with me, and maybe it gave you some other ideas. Maybe you learned something new, and that can be then in your life. You can kind of instill it in your life, in your future products, and maybe you'll get better results. Then you might want to share some of my stuff. So you see, this is like energetically, hopefully we're like, you're investing time. I'm here for you to deliver upon my promise. If not, if I did not deliver, you're like, wait, man, this is total BS. Then I would appreciate if you dislike the video, because then I'll understand that this actually happened. And that's cool, because I'll know that this maybe was too long. It's 42 minutes. I understand. Maybe I didn't explain my points well. Maybe you tell me, please. This is going to be feedback. That's also something you'll still get on Amazon, I think, because, well, if you do really good work of improving your products, then most likely you almost will have no negative reviews. But they still might appear. So read them, see how you can improve. I am working, for example, on my delivery. I try to watch videos that explain how to do good delivery on YouTube, and how to speak to a camera, and most sorts of things. So I want to improve your experience. Again, if I didn't do it well, please dislike. You can also comment and tell me, please, what can I improve? This is also good to ask for feedback. Maybe that is another thing to add to the longevity of your product, because you can ask for feedback from your customers, and in a form not of a review on Amazon, like in an email. Like if there was something, let's say you have a post-purchase email follow-up. Email number 1 like gives the instructions and a useful video on how to use the product and welcomes people to your brand, sort of. Maybe after a few emails, you can ask, look, so far, how did we do? Like email number 4, maybe. How are we doing? Like, what can we improve for you to have better experience, or for others who will buy our products? Please reply to this email quickly. We would really appreciate that. If you want to incentivize people, tell them maybe you'll send them, a product as a gift. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get a lot of response for that. Now, a little addition on how to get those emails. Again, depends on the platform you're on and all that, but check it out with the lawyers, as I mentioned, blah, blah, blah. But important, blah, blah, blah. But you can have a QR code on your insert card. Again, check out the platform you're working with to see what they say about this. On the insert card, information maybe, and it says like, sign up for our newsletter to get a warranty for your product, let's say, and also to get a ebook that shares like 50 best locations for fishing in USA. Okay, they get it as a little PDF file. It's a digital product, basically. You can create that in Canva.com or some other thing. You can pay a designer. They will create a file for you that has 50 locations of fishing in USA, for example. So then people scan this code, right, to get that information. It's either code, or you can have a link that leads to a landing page, what's called. And on that landing page, you have data to input, like input your email here to get the 50 places for fishing. You can build such a page on, like, I use SendFox. Like, I can give you an example for my ebook. You can check out my ebook in the description. Go through that link, and it will open up. There's going to be a page where it explains what you're getting for free, and leave your email there. And you get my ebook for free, where I share over, I think, 30 resources for Amazon sellers, different contexts of companies, and different software that you can use. So it's in the description. You can see how it works. Similar for your brand. So you will have, like, get this list of 50 fishing locations in USA. Leave us your email here. Once people leave their email, there is, through, again, I use SendFox, there is ConvertKit, maybe others. They'll get automatic emails. So one of the emails will ask for feedback, and make sure that you have automatic emails set up in place that hopefully deliver as much as possible for your customer and hopefully brings you business. So maybe email number 5 will be links to all your other products on Amazon. Like, hey, here's a link to our storefront on Amazon. Please shop with us. Here's a coupon code. So you bring people to Amazon or other marketplace. It's good. So this is post-purchase follow-up. So these were the tips. Again, I kind of went with extra ideas that I've gotten. So first one is longevity of a niche. Check through Google or through Helium 10, Jungle Scout, ZonGuru, other tools. Link to Google Translate in the description. Link to a page on my website with all the software listed on how to use them. Best discounts also in the description. So again, we check if a niche is growing and has been alive for a long time. This can be a good idea. Although emerging niches are there, of course, see that too, because you might be a first comer or a newcomer in a niche that's just growing. It doesn't have much history. This is also a nice idea. Think longevity then. Still, you have some limited data maybe on products. Use it as much as you can. So maybe you only have like total of 100 reviews on 10 products that is a new niche on Amazon. Then yeah, of course, like maybe still not all the problems appeared in the reviews. So go to other marketplaces as well. Go to Google, go to ChatGPT. Try to research this product because there's more than Amazon. Okay, we're talking like Amazon and other marketplaces. So again, this is extra tips sort of, but one is longevity of a niche. Make sure it's good and long term there is success. Also, by improving this tip number 2, by improving the product and avoiding negative reviews, you might have a product that even after like say 5-6 years has still good rating of 4.7, 4.8, 4.9 on Amazon. Most likely not 5 because still negative reviews come. But I've seen products with tons of reviews, like over 10,000, and they have like 4.8 rating, 4.7, and there's like millions of products. So this can help. If you can do such improvements and provide good experience to people and all that, not post-purchase, but pre-purchase, in-purchase sort of. So through your product, tip number 2, make sure you solve everything as much as you can based on the feedback you've gotten through reviews on Amazon, on other places, ChatGPT. Try your best there. And again, because people will give more good reviews, less negative reviews, your basically kind of sales history will be better and better. Because if you get a lot of negative reviews with time, most likely people will buy less and less. So you need to avoid those negative reviews. And you need to get positive reviews. Again, they will come automatically if the product is good, but also post-purchase follow-up will help you create those raving fans and people who are happy to leave a 5-star review for you. So make sure post-purchase, you do all your capabilities to create something improved upon. You can check your competition, maybe what they're doing. Maybe you can take an idea from that, improve upon it. That's why we mentioned also, I believe, getting these samples of the product of the competitor. And post-purchase, do your best. So here's my last request from you, please. If you're here, share this video or share my channel with someone that might find value in this. And check out all the links to everything I've mentioned in the description. And one last tip just came right now. Why not? So one last tip is, before you think that all you've done is well enough in that second phase, so when you've improved on the product and you have solved all these issues with the product and all that, try to, in the development stage of the product still, you can try to see if you will hopefully perform well on Amazon or not with this product. So what do I mean? You can run an A/B test, what's called, okay? That's called A/B testing. It's the last kind of tip. A/B testing is to test, let's say, your main image that you've created for your product against the best seller of your niche, for example, okay? So let's say you have created your product, you've improved upon it, but now you're building the listing of the product, let's say, the images. So you can try to take different pictures of your product or use 3D rendering for that. 3D rendering means like a model of your product created in a computer. It can be really nice for specific products. Like you just take a few pictures of the product and a 3D designer can do that for you. Maybe AI as well these days. I'm not sure. Still haven't gotten to that. But we did definitely do 3D rendering with products in the past with not AI. Maybe AI does it these days too. I'm pretty sure it does. So what does it mean? Again, I'll go back. You need to A/B test your main image, for example, versus the best seller or best sellers, the top 3. How do you do that? There are different tools and software that can get you feedback from real customers. And this is called A/B test software. I'll leave for you in the description a video that has 3 of such tools where I share them. And you can learn more about them. And also, I'll give one of them that I mentioned there first in the video. Also here, it's called ProductPinion. With ProductPinion, what you can do is you can ask, let's say, through the software. It's very easy. It's just clicks of a button. You can ask 100 people, which image is better? Your image, let's say, of the fishing rod that you have created, and maybe with some, with some specific like look to that image, and then the best seller of the niche. And then you can ask this audience, let's say 100 people, which of those would you click and would you purchase and why? So then when people go through that survey, so within the platform, the software will start collecting that data by having real customers answer your query. So again, which one is better and why, and you get good feedback from those customers. In the description, there's a free trial I think I have for ProductPinion with double the credits. So you can buy credits. Credits means like more points to ask more people. There will be more. There will be double of the initial amount you get, I think, when you get a basic account. So check it out. The pricing model might have changed, but I'll make sure to have the credits link in the description for you. So again, you go and test your product main image against the competition. You can also ask about ideas. Maybe you see that, just an example, some products come in a wooden box, but you want to do a metal box for some specific product. So you can ask people, what do you think about this idea? You can give maybe an image that you've seen on other website. On Amazon, there's metal packages, there's a wooden one, or the vice versa, what I've said, I can recall. And you ask the people, what would they prefer and why? and you can run these tests before you launch. And I remember I've got a comment on YouTube on one of the videos that of a woman, I think. She mentioned that she did use ProductPinion and these ideas of kind of testing out the product before launching it, and it helped her with her launch. I think it was in my other YouTube channel where I speak Russian mainly. It's going to be in the description in case you do speak Russian. There's over 14,000 subscribers there and over 300 videos, so you can check it out. But yeah, I think that was there. I just can't recall exactly which video, but she did mention that. So yeah, now you can say that ProductPinion is a good tool. There's a tutorial in the description of how to use it, a video with Matt Costin, one of the founders. So yeah, like use that too on your kind of second stage, I would say, on the product development. You can ask people through software if and what feedback they have for you against your competition, or just you can test your idea, okay? And it goes really deep. Like, these tools are really nice. Again, there's the video of 3 of them, but ProductPinion is number 1 in that video. So, but in the description, I'll have a link for you to it, and the tutorial shows you how to use it. Since we're approaching an hour, I'll again say thank you if you're still here. It's a long video. I missed recording these long ones. These allow me to just think of a concept, but kind of develop it. And I hope that this is useful. If not, again, as I mentioned previously, give a thumbs down. That will help me understand. If I can make it shorter, maybe I'm not putting the words right. I'm just trying to improve my speech and all that. It's a process. It's a process. By doing it, I'm able to improve it also. Because if you're not doing eventually, if you're not launching that product, if you're not taking the action, then you're not. That's the only truth there is. It's either you do it or you don't. If you don't, then you never know. If you do, then yeah, then maybe you can collect feedback, improve, and hopefully it will improve your life. So again, in the description, all the links. Please share this video. My one final request from you, and I'm wishing you a good day and happy life. Bye. Thank you for listening.